Hello and welcome back to Isaac Trivia Season 2, Episode 12, the final episode before the grand finale, where we will invite back the 4 top contestants to compete against each other for the title of Isaac Trivia Champion. My name is Bambucho the Freak, I'm the host of the show, and at my side I have not one but 2 amazing co-hosts this time. Please welcome Xaitat and Dio. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Bambo.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, Shaaron. And Xaitat, of course.
Nice to have you back, and without any further ado, let me introduce the contestant of today. She is one of the most amazing Crook Penny users, an unbelievable daily player, a moderator on the Isaac Discord server, and many more things. Please welcome Shaaron. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here because I really like this show.
That's nice to hear. Are you excited for today?
I am.
And what is your goal? Do you want to win the show, get the Dad God question right, or do you go for ultra hard, eternal? What is your goal for today?
I don't really have a goal, but I think I'm somewhat prepared to at least make it far, or at least I like to play that. But if I don't, well, that's alright.
Alright. Have you
I
prepared
just think
yourself?
it's gonna be fun.
Okay, oh yeah, I mean, having fun is the main thing. Have you prepared yourself a lot, or did you just play the game, try to look at a few things, like maybe quality? Is that something people do usually before?
I mean, I really didn't do it, but I usually just discuss a lot about that, so I think that's enough. Like,
Alright.
I discuss all the time about politics.
I see. Any questions you don't want to see today?
Oh, I mean, there's some really obscure questions. I can't think of any right now. I don't know, like some really weird unlock that nobody remembers, for example.
Alright.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens in the show.
Exactly. Well, without any further ado, let us jump into the first question of today, which will be the first normal question. Let's have a look. First question of today is: what is the time limit for boss rush not on the elf path? Is it A, 50 minutes, B, 20 minutes, C, 25 minutes, or D, 30 minutes?
This is a fairly simple one. It's B, 20 minutes. Yeah, for alpha it's 25, but yeah, non-alpha is 20.
Giving even more answers than needed, but that of course is absolutely correct, and we will move on to the next normal question. Let's have a look. Next question is: how many cubes of meat do you have to pick up to build a fully grown meat boy?
You need to get 4 and
Possible to read the answer.
obviously 4 and emphasis to the part where it says fully grown, because otherwise it will be 3, but now in this case it will be 4, obviously.
That of course is the perfect answer. Also hello to Winter Mintleaf Holy in the chat. We move on with the final normal question. Let's have a look. Which transformation causes you to leave green damaging creep behind? Is it A, Spun, B, O Crab, C, Bob, or D, Fungi?
This is like an easy one, but it can be hard for some people because it's Bob, but like Bob is like really not a common transformation to get, but yeah, it's Bob.
It's pretty difficult. That is your final answer?
Yeah, I'm confident about it.
Of course it is, and that is correct, and we will move on to the hard question. But I guess Xaitat wants to throw something in, I guess.
Yeah, of course. So for the people new to the stream, if there are any, yeah, Shaaron has 3 jokers, power-ups, lifelines, whatever you call them, that she can use on a question that can help her out. So the first one that she has is the dice shard. If she has a question that she doesn't know, she can use it to re-roll the question and get one that maybe she does know. The second one is the friend finder, which you all in chat, you guys get to help her with a question if she uses it. And then possibly the strongest one is flip, which allows you to make wrong answers right and right answers wrong. So if you're just guessing, you have a 75% chance of getting it right instead of 25. So there's a reason why most people use it last. And I guess without further ado, back to you, Mambo, for the first hard question.
Thanks for the explanation. Let's have a look at the first question, which is: What color is the item growth hormones? Is it A green, B yellow, C red, or D purple? Also hello to Crispy Pants in the chat.
Hi, Crispy. This is also a fairly simple one, but that's just because, a lot of playtime. I usually just delay this item to be purple because I think of speed and damage, so yeah, it's purple.
Fair enough, that of course is absolutely correct, and we will move on to the second hard questions. Almost done with the first half of the show already, pretty fast, and all 3 jokers are still left, of course. Next question is, which curse removes your health bar from the hard? Is it A, Curse of the Blind, B, Curse of the Lost, C, Curse of the Unknown, or D, Curse of Darkness?
This is Curse of the Unknown.
Absolutely sure about that?
I am sure because blind is just not seeing the items, lost is about the map, and darkness it's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, I'm sure it's unknown.
I see. I was just about to ask you if you know what the others do, but that of course is correct. C, Curse of the Unknown removes the HP bar from the hut. And we are already on the final hard question, which is... what symbol is used to indicate the tier stat? Is it A, a sword, B, a tier, C, 3 arrows, or D, arrow and a bow?
This can be a tough one because nobody pays a lot of attention to that. It's not sure. I mean, it's not sword for sure.
Do you have the stats enabled? The icons? You can disable it. Do you have it enabled in your game?
Yeah, I always do.
Okay, but did you pay attention to it?
That's the thing. I can explain this. You could think it's a tier because it's related to a tier, but if I remember correctly, it's not because the tier represents shot speed and the arrow and bow. Well, I think it's obvious it's range. So I think it's at 3 tiers, right?
3 arrows is what you want to say.
Yeah, sorry, 3 arrows.
That is your final answer?
Arrows. I think so, yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I feel sure, like I don't 100% know, but I just have a feeling that the tier, like the singular tier, represents shot speed for some reason.
Well, don't want to delay you any further. C, of course, is correct. Very well done. I think this was a little bit of a tricky question, but we are already on the midway quality. Have you prepared yourself for that one?
Oof. I think I'm prepared, but who knows? It depends on the item.
Alright, this question is always presented by, well, my lovely co-host, which in this case, I don't know, I think it's Dio's time, right?
It is Dio's time, of
It is Dio's time. Well, let's have a look at the midway quality question for the last episode of Season 2.
Waiting for it to load. Alright. What quality is the item best friend?
You might get me with this one, but finally,
That's what jokers are for.
yeah, but you see, I think the game may save me on this one because this item is, I know it's not high quality, that's for sure.
Sure.
And this item is not high quality for sure, and I used to see this item a lot for some reason when I tried to craft with Tainted Cane.
Okay.
So it's not only 0 because it has uses, I think so.
But that's interesting. Tainted Cane gets items based on quality, or at least based on the ingredients, you can get certain qualities. So I guess if you have a lot of experience with that character, you can maybe go back and try to figure out what quality this item is, right?
Exactly. I didn't think about it until now, but yeah, it can help.
Oh, I'm helping the contestant. I usually am not allowed to do that, but well, go ahead.
I think it's not quality 0 because it's not useless, but I think it's not that good to be quality 2. So I'm gonna say probably quality 1.
Do you want to lock that in?
I think I'm sure about it because if it was quality 2, I think the recipe will be that expensive.
I see. Well, Dio, please let us know what quality is this item.
I am not 100% sure, so I'm going to open the wiki, but I'm pretty sure of the answer.
of course, perfectly prepared. But I mean, we just threw you in here.
Even more unprepared than what you expect, because I also don't know what Shaaron said. So, repeat it, please.
What? Let's just cut this short and try to
Shaaron
overlook.
said it was quality 1.
Play one, yeah, play.
Okay.
It's
so
a good
quality one.
thing that she said that, because
Quality 1 is correct.
It is correct.
It is
Nice.
correct. So
Yeah.
that was really good so far. I think this was not the easiest item, but I think the other contestants didn't get easy items either. We usually try to make sure of that. But that means we will move on to the real part of the show. We will move on to the first ultra hard question. Let's have a look. The first ultra hard question is: which Sin mini-boss does not have a chance to drop an item that counts towards a transformation? Is it A. Lust, B. Super Lust, C. Pride, or D. Super Pride?
It's a hard one now. So, Lost, if I remember correctly, he drops the virus, which is spun, so it's not that. Super Lost, I think it's that cat, so not that either. Pride, I don't remember what Pride is. I think Pride is does he try his good book, I think, and Super Pride. I actually can't think of any item that Super Pride can drop. So I think the answer
Reminder that you can use jokers if you find the question difficult.
I will the Joker. But I've been thinking about it this way, analyzing all the different mini bosses. I think the answer might be Super Pride because again, Pride is Arceus cookbook, Super Lost is Death Cat, and Lost is the virus. I think it
are you
might
sure
be
about all of
Super
those?
Pride. Well,
Because Lust and Pride aren't the only bosses that drop items, so there's always the potential that you've mixed them up with, like, Envy or, well, probably not Sloth because those drop Bob items, but there's always the possibility.
I mean, Bob items are for past.
Let me ask you this: in percent, how sure are you that Super Pride is the correct answer?
I'm actually in like I would say maybe a 50-50 between Lost and Pride.
50-50?
Yeah, you know why? Because they're both pink.
Yeah, that is why Bambo chose those as the answers.
But yeah, I had a gut feeling that it's Super Lost that always drops that cat, which is copy. So
So
I think it's gonna be
you
Super
don't want to
Pride.
use Joker in this question. You don't really look like you're absolutely sure about this. Like, I'm not gonna force you to use a Joker, but I'm putting it close to your heart to maybe consider using a Joker on this question. Let's give you a little bit more time to think about it. Chat, don't spoil the answer, but do you know the question to this answer? And if you do, how tricky do you think this is? Let's have a look. Crispy Pants might have an interesting input on this one. Do you fight these Sin mini bosses a lot? Or which one is your favorite? Let's ask that first. Crispy Pants says yes. So he probably is very aware of what the correct answer is. So you could use the friend finder maybe.
You know what? Since it's a 50-50, I think I'm gonna use friend finder just to be safe. Because yeah, it's a 50-50 between Super Pride and Lost.
Alright, so we want to lock that in the friend finder, Joker. Alright, friend finder has been used. That means the chat can post the answer they believe is correct in the chat now. The most interesting one is probably Crispy Pants because he said he knows the answer. So let's have a look at what he has to say. But everyone else is free to comment as well.
Crispy time.
Crispy Gaming.
Let's see.
Alright, let's see what the chat has to say about this.
Everybody's looking at the chat intensively. Crispy is like, yeah. Oh, okay. It's a long answer. Lost Virus, Super Lust is pill, I think. Pride is cookbook. Super Pride is dead cat.
Oh, wait, that's true. Super Lost is a pill. And the answer must be Super Lost, yeah.
So do you want to lock that in?
Yeah. Yeah, you see, I was confusing both of them. Like, I knew one of those two was dropping Dead Cat, and I couldn't remember, like, the other drop. And it was a pill for Super Lost. Yeah, that makes sense. Now I remember.
So your final answer is B, Super Lust.
Now I do feel confident about it.
You feel confident, that is good. The question was, which Sin mini-boss does not have a chance to drop an item that counts towards a transformation? Your answer was B, Super Lust, but let's have a look at the other ones. A, Lust is the virus, that was correct. C, Pride is the energistic cookbook, which is like his significant move in the game where you can just spawn random troll bombs. Super Pride is the dead cat, you confused it at the beginning. And Super Lost can drop a pill, but Super Lost has the Yum Heart as its item, which for whatever reason nobody really knows. That is kind of sticks to my mind. Xaitat got that wrong in the when we looked through the questions as well.
Yeah.
But
I remember when Mambo first showed me the question, I basically had the exact same thought process as you, Shaaron. So really difficult question, not at all. Yeah, it's
Easy.
good to use like only one Joker here. So
yeah, that was a good Joker use, and that means we will move on to the next ultra hard question. Let's have a look.
Wait, Bamboo.
Oh yes, I will wait you.
Is it the only scene between them all, like 14 of them all, that cannot drop an item?
What do you mean?
That has a chance to not drop an item?
We
No, I mean-
all of them don't have a
All of
100%
them.
chance to drop the item. If that is your
So-
question.
It's the only one that has a chance that has no chance to drop an item that counts towards. Oh wait. Oh my god. Oh,
Do you
okay,
just
okay,
read
okay.
the question? but
Confirmation, yeah.
Never mind. I'm
Let's
just
move on to the
confused.
next ultra hard question. Ultra hard question number 2 is: how many coins do you have to hold at the same time during a run to unlock Kane? Is it A 44, B 55, C 66, or D 77? This should be easy for you because you like Tainted Kane, and to unlock Tainted Kane you need Kane unlocked first. Which one do you think is correct?
I actually know it's 55 pretty certain because I had to unlock Kane 3 times.
Okay. So we want to log that in.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me.
Okay, let me tell you that B55 is the correct answer, of course. And we will already move on to the final ultra hard question. Dangerfender said, why is this ultra hard? It's so easy. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well, maybe you
Thunder
can
is
come on
right.
the show and try your best. In season 3, of course. This is the last episode of season 2.
We have maybe we will do like a special video about this, but when we discuss the difficulty of these questions, unlock questions are usually put like pretty high. I think this one is pretty easy as well, but if you haven't unlocked Kane in a long time, it probably is not that easy. I could also ask you how many hearts you need red heart containers for Magdalene, and most people wouldn't be sure about that either. If you have the answers as well, it's usually a little bit easier than if you just had to give the answer just like that. But that's a different topic for a different day. Let's have a look at the final ultra hard question, which is: what is the flavor text of the Trinket Keeper's Bargain? Is it A, blood money, B, wealth, but at what cost, C, money talks, or D, money equals health?
I think, like, I'm not pretty certain which one is it, but I know a few of these are not from that trinket. So
Okay, so which one are not from the trinket?
money equals health. I think it's equal to Great Scarlet, and
Alright.
wealth, but at what cost? It's contract from below.
So you can rule out 2. What about blood money?
But money, I'm not sure, but thinking about it, I don't know if it makes that much sense for the trinket. I think it would make more sense for, how is it called? The one that flips like the prices devil deals in shops. Pound
Sorry?
of flesh. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the description of pound of flesh, but it sounds more convenient for that one.
Okay.
Money talks. Again, I don't know if it's that one, but just by discarding your answers, I think maybe money talks.
So you want to log that in?
I think I'm certain about it. Yeah.
The final ultra hard question was: what is the flavor text of the trinket Keeper's Bargain? A. Blood money is not the correct
C
answer in
is
this case.
correct.
Yeah, in fact,
Why
blood
do
money.
you just jump there, Dio?
I need to have a role in this.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, blood money. Yeah, I don't think it's bloody. It's pound of flesh at all, Shaaron. I think that it's.
It is
wanna
a
say
pound of
it's
flesh. I
bloody
just checked.
Isn't it bloody penny?
Nah,
Oh, is it blood penny?
it's a pound of flesh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I remember carefully somehow, even though I never
Yeah.
take that yet.
I think
Oh,
you
right.
got all
Bloody
of them
penny is
correct.
wealth of health, right? Which isn't an answer choice here.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm not a big fan that Dio just cut me off by giving trying to get some suspense, but the money talks is the correct answer, and we will move on to the eternal questions. Let's have a look at the first one. How much damage does a Gigabomb deal? Is it A, 250, B, 300, C, 350, or D, 400?
Now, this is a hard one.
This is not an easy question. Do you know how much damage a normal bomb does?
I think a regular bomb deals 100 damage. If I remember
Okay, if
correctly.
that I cannot confirm if that is correct or not, but if you know that a bomb deals 100 damage, what would be logical for the Giga Bomb, which is like a lot bigger to deal?
I mean, you would think maybe like 200. but-
1,000. Which is
but
not an
200
answer.
250 seems like, oh no, 300. I between 300 and 400, but
I just want to point out that you still have 2 jokers left and you're on the eternal level, so it wouldn't be embarrassing to use any of them, but you can try to approach this question in whatever way you like. You said you're between like 300, 400. You want to rule out 250 right now? What is your guts feeling right now?
like, my gut feeling is that like, I don't know. It's like kind of the logic of like Giga Bomb would be like maybe double damage of 200, but 250. I don't know, but it just doesn't sound right to me. So that's why I'm kind of between 300 and 400.
Not 350 or between this range?
No, like just B and D.
Okay, so it would be a 50-50 in that case. Do you want to risk it, or do you maybe want to consider using a joker?
Since it's a 50-50, I think I may use the Joker.
Which one?
I was thinking Daisha, but I think Flip will be better for this situation.
Maybe, but you have to keep in mind that you won't have flip for any harder questions that come up. But it's up to you, because you do know what a wrong answer is, so you can use flip and make sure that you 100% get this one right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't know which one is correct, but I feel pretty. Yeah, I prefer kind of confident about which one is not correct, at least for one of them.
All right, so we want to log that in the flip joker.
Yeah, I think so. Flip.
Alright, flip joker has been used. This joker makes all correct answers wrong and the wrong answers correct. Therefore, if you just randomly guess, you have a 75% chance to guess correctly. Which is the answer you most definitely believe is wrong?
Let's see.
You want to go with C, 350?
No, I was gonna say that since I was between A and C, I don't. I was thinking maybe A because that's not too much damage for the bomb, and so I think that may be more reasonable about it. So I'm gonna go for A.
So we want to lock in A.
Yeah.
Alright. The first eternal question was, how much damage does a Gigabomb deal? You said A, 250. But I can tell you that D, 400 was a wrong answer, therefore it would have been correct with flip. C, 350 would also have been a wrong answer and therefore correct with flip. And B, 300 was the correct answer and is therefore wrong, and 250 was another wrong answer and therefore correct with flip, so we will move on to the next eternal question.
Nice.
Without flip.
Without flip, yes dear. But with the dice chart. Let's have a look at the next eternal question. Which of the following items do you not start with in the Cat Got Your Tongue challenge? Is it A, Guppy's tail, B, Guppy's head, C, Guppy's hairball, or D, Guppy's collar? Do you play challenges a lot, or do you just do them once for the achievement?
I just do it one for the achievement. I don't like challenges at all.
Yeah, I guess most people do that.
I guess since you have Infinity%, you've done it 3 times, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say. If I had to complete this challenge 3 times, I think I could remember.
What's your gut feeling right now?
I know 2 items here. I know to start with hairball because that's like the main gimmick of the challenge. You know, using the hairball to attack.
Okay.
And you also have the tail. Wait. No, wait. Sorry. You have the hairball and the head. I know about those 2. And I'm gonna guess maybe the tail too, because my gut feeling right now is that I don't remember having color like an extra life during the challenge, and maybe I will recall more people like reviving from that because a lot of people struggle with this challenge. So I think what's the question again? Which one of the ones did you not start with? I think maybe Guppy's color.
That is sound logic, so is that your final answer?
Yeah, after analyzing it that way, I think I feel confident that.
Well, Xaitat, is it correct?
Yeah, well, you are correct that you do start this challenge as Guppy, so you need at least 3 Guppy items here. You start with, as Shaaron pointed out, you start with the hairball to attack, you have the head in case you don't have the skill of using Guppy's head, and you do start with Guppy's tail. So you're right, you do not start with Guppy's collar. I feel like reviving would have made this challenge a whole lot easier when I tried it. So. Now on to Eternal 3. Well done. 1 more until Dead God.
Alright. Final eternal question is, which enemy does not have a level 2 version? Is it A, Maw, B, Horf, C, Gusher, or D, Willow? Do you know what each of these enemies are?
That's an issue. I don't know many of the enemies.
Right.
Like I know 2 of here. Like I know Maw and Willow.
You know the enemy, but do they have a level 2 version?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know why Emma likes to call him level 2. I don't know which one has that name either. I think. I mean, the Willow is the like the Firefly in Downpour, and there's the other one that's like way bigger. I don't know if that one's called like level 2 Willow. That's just my assumption.
Alright, so you can rule out D, but what about the other 3?
It's my issue right now.
Yeah, you may want to use your dice chart here. Maybe go into a subject area you know more about, so that...
Yeah, enemies is really not my subject, especially considering I only know 2 enemies here. I don't know what Horf or Gusher is.
That definitely doesn't make the question easier.
No,
You're on Eternal 3. If you get this one correct, you have a chance to move on into the final episode. Do you want to use the die shot or do you want to take a random guess?
I don't feel confident about this at all. Enemies are not my topic, so I think I'm gonna use die shard.
Alright, die shot has been used. And you will get a new Eternal question. Let's have a look. How many waves does the Great Gideon boss fight have while carrying one vanishing twin with you? Is it A, 8, B, 10, C, 12, or D, 14?
I actually know this because I did it recently.
Really?
Yeah, I take my
This,
a lot.
this is justice because this question is garbage, so it's just deserved for
Hey,
you
it's
to know.
It's
not
8.
garbage.
It's 8. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's common knowledge, Dio. You just don't know.
You want to lock in
Yeah,
A,
I know
8?
because you told me.
8. 8.
Okay, you sound really confident. Well, in that case, I will not delay the answer any further and tell you that A8 is correct. I think the wave gets increased by 2 for every vanishing twin you have. So
I
that
did not know
means you already have a chance to move into the final episode. But if you answer the next question correct, you will definitely be in the final episode. So let's have a look at the Dead God question.
Let's see if you can get that finalist spot in the bag.
So
That's
we
correct.
shall
No
see.
jokers left. The Dead God question for Season 2, Episode 12 with Shaaron is: which of these symbols does not appear on the teleporter pad found in Mausoleum and Gehenna? Is it A, a moon, B, brimstone, C, an inverted cross, or D, a pentagram?
Can you believe me if I know this one?
Do you know this
Yeah,
one?
this is easy.
I don't know why I memorize all of them. Like the moon, I remember it. The inverted cross, I do as well. And the pentagram, I don't recall ever seeing the brimstones. So I think it may be brimstone. Like I don't remember it all.
So do you want to lock that in?
Yeah, I think
Already.
so. As I said, I go to the Alpha a lot. Well, not the full Alpha, but at least Gehenna / Mausoleum a lot. So I see the these teleport symbols a lot. So I'm pretty confident about it, I think.
Alright. The final question was: which of these symbols does not appear on the teleporter pad found in Mausoleum and Gehenna? The pentagram is a symbol that does appear on the teleporter pads. The moon also appears on some of the teleporter pads. And brimstone does not appear on any of the teleporter pads. Therefore, you went with the correct answer for the Dead God question and win the show.
And we have another Dead God fella. Let's go.
Another winner.
Yeah,
Very
congrats.
well done. Quite surprised that you went through that well through the eternal questions.
Right in
Um,
time for the end of the season too.
Right, and for this season 2 as well. Very
Honestly,
well done.
Yeah, it
I'm
wasn't
actually a
just-
little bit baffled that you just knew this one. I think this was a pretty difficult question, but I guess if
Nah,
you...
it's not.
Yeah, but like
Unlock questions are harder.
I think
Oh,
after playing way too much, I think you just memorize this without even realizing like I did. Like like as I said, I don't remember seeing brimstone like ever. So that was just my thought process.
Alright. Okay, that locks it in. We will have in the final episode, which will be at the end of this year during December, our first ever winner, Dio. Our second ever winner, Xaitat. Our third winner, Lox. And now, finally, number 4, the final winner of Season 2.
Lux was before Accelerator. What are you
Really?
saying? Yes, really.
Well, I mean, I guess putting the numbers together is not my strong point, but the final one is Shaaron, so congratulations. But that's pretty much all I have to say, with the exception of one thing. My name is Bamuchuda Freak. This was Isaac Trivia Season 2, Episode 12. We will see each other again in the final episode, and the final words go as always to the contestant Shaaron, so please, if you have anything to say, go ahead and tell us no before we end the show.
I only have one thing to say, and I've been thinking about this a lot because I think it's something really important to say, and before I go, I really have the urge to say this, so I hope you are all prepared. Among Us.
That's how we ended. Until next time. Bye.
The Among Us reference.
Bye.
Bye.